Good morning. How's it going, everybody? Welcome. So good. So good. It's pretty bad when starting off already. The words are hard. So, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Cliched Crow. Is a podcast about all sorts of things about the independent creator universe, hardware, software, resources, things and stuff, and all sorts of manner and stuff like that. Yeah. If you haven't been to one of our live shows, what you usually would see is at the beginning we'll do a kind of like this get together, get a little warm up going, and get started from there. Then what we'll do is move into actually recording the episode that will show up in the week following. So like today's Tuesday, so it'll show up next Thursday. Both the audio and the video will be available on YouTube and also over on all kinds of podcast players of your choice, whatever ones that you decide to use. It's totally up to you. There's no wrong way about it. And then what we usually do is after the recording is we'll have like a Q&A if there's any questions or anything like that. So yeah, we'll definitely have a good time. Let's just have fun. I'm getting notifications. Where are these notifications coming from? So if you haven't been keeping an eye on things, I've changed a couple things around with the website. It is still at theclichedcrow.com, but it also now is part of, well, it has always been part of the Captivate. That's where I host all my episodes through. But we have a website that's easily find all the old episodes and all the new ones that come out. Nice little handy dandy guide there. But you might have noticed is a little bit different than what it was prior. Well, we have like little blog things and little articles that I have moved over and made permanent as part of the Indie Creator Hub website itself. So if you decided you wanted to, put a bookmark there, that'd be much appreciated. For indiecreatorhub.com. We still have our Gilded server for the Indie Creator Hub. That also includes the Cliched Crow podcast. Have a section there for you. Not really a section. It's more a general, see everything you see there. And we definitely would love to have your help in getting it off the ground and getting more people to talk and to have discussions, active discussions in there. And I can't do it all. I do need your help in doing that. So if you know anyone or you yourself are an independent creator or know someone that is, or a live streamer, doesn't matter, do pass them along this information to check out the Indie Creator Hub's website and the community and YouTube and Twitch and the Owncast, the Indie Basement. Which also houses a lot of different stuff too. Actually, I don't want that. There we go. So yeah, it's just one of those things where it's kind of like, doing some housekeeping, trying to make things a little bit more easier to keep track of, because the Indie Creator Hub is like the main space to deal with all the stuff that we usually talk about here on the Cliched Crow, because the Cliched Crow is dealing with a little bit of that as well, but moves off of different things. So that's why it has its own little side of the internet with the website that lists all the episodes and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a great little place to bookmark, and it's also, if you want to go ahead and join the members so you can comment on the articles and blogs and stuff like that, also to keep track of any new ones that come along as well, be much appreciated. Trying to build a community here, and I've been noticing I've been doing a lot of short form videos over on the YouTube side of things, and been noticing that there is a lot of blowing up with views and stuff, which is a great thing. Or all of a sudden I got into the, I don't have it up, but I'm like in the 5,000 view range within the last 28 days, which has been pretty awesome to see. But it's all been just short form videos, and also the short form videos kind of lead into the long form, and also during the live streams as well that I typically do here on the channel. So I do my streaming here on YouTube, also on Twitch, and on Owncast server. Which let me take a look real quick in the creator. Yeah, I have a section that is there at the top. It says live streams, so you can view and watch the streams without actually going to the places. So right now I have the Twitch, because it's kind of hard, because with YouTube it's a different URL for each live stream video, because technically how YouTube works, it records, it's basically recording a video in real time on the YouTube channel. So it's each time it's a different URL, so I can't really I could, but it'd be more hassle than what it usually would be. So I have that both of those feeds are on the IndieCreatorHub.com website. That's powered by Ghost. So a lot of stuff I use is a lot of open source, except for YouTube and Twitch. I mean, that's you have a little give and take here and there, right? But like I said, with Ghost, it's an open source blogging, newsletter, community website that you can use and make some awesome content with. And also, I use Owncast, which is also another free open source live streaming software. I have short that I posted up earlier today. Just taking a quick look at what it is, and this is kind of like what you can expect within less than 60 seconds. So there is that. All right. I think that's all of the housekeeping that I have to do before we get started with the episode. So yeah, still chugging along here and doing what we do. And we're at episode number 5. That's right, number 5. Most podcasts that are just starting usually don't last until they peter out around 5 to 7 episodes. So I think we're doing pretty good. No, that's it. This is the last episode. See you. Good night. No. All right. So let me go ahead and we'll get things started here. Get ready with the topic at hand about monetization strategies. What you can do for making money on the old content creator journey. All right. There we go. Got everything. Always recording. Here we go. Turn down the music. Let that go in the background. All right. 3, 2. Welcome to another episode of the Cliched Crow, where we talk about all different things that deal with independent creators, live streamers, like hardware, software, resources, stuff that can help you out. And, this is basically talk about the content creation journey. Tonight, we're actually going to be talking about monetization strategies that you can use to, make some money or try to make some money within your content creator journey. Now, one way that a lot of people think is, how do I make money? I need to make money now. And what's the best way of doing it? Well, unfortunately, there is no quick way to make money. It's always a grind. It's always something that you have to do to think about the long-term ways and strategies that you can put in to make any kind of money. Let's talk about the one thing that is pretty much on almost everybody's mind as a content creator or live streamer, is making money on Twitch. Twitch is like the cultural zeitgeist of if you stream to Twitch, get affiliate, you start rolling in a dough. Well, unfortunately, you don't. That's not usually how the process works. Yes, the overall culture of your viewers on Twitch are more likely to donate tips, maybe some subs, do some bits, which is like the you exchange real world cash for Twitch's digital currency, which is called bits. So that's one of the things that many people like to focus on, is that, if you just get affiliate, you can start making the money and you'll get subs galore. That's not how things work. What typically happens is, because when you get on affiliate, then all of a sudden your mind starts thinking, I'm just start spamming my viewers to, give me subs. Do a subathon where I stream for 24 hours and basically kill myself for entertainment and have like sleepless nights. No, please just don't do that. Subathons are probably the worst thing, because you might, if you have a large enough audience, let me get that out of the way. If you have a large enough audience to start giving you money like bits and subs and stuff like that, and you start going to subathons and begathons, you're going to find out that not many people will start giving you subs or gift subs that you think that you're due, you're entitled to. It's it's a fallacy that a lot of new up and coming streamers, even old hats, are capable of being affected by that mindset. It is a process to get things started. You have to get a community started. You have to do a lot of free stuff, giving out things to your content, your live streams. Let them, if they want to do that, yeah, it's perfect. Just let them have the option. Just don't force them or don't guilt them and say, hey, you gotta sub to me if you're enjoying this content. It's $5 a month. Right? You know, the old I forgot what her name was. That one lady that was kind of laying the guilt trip, saying, oh, you're watching this free content, and if you're watching it for free, you're a bunch of freeloaders. It's $5 a month. That's all you ask. But the thing is, it is true that the majority of the people that are on Twitch have that cultural mindset that they'll give you money, they'll tip you, and they'll sub to you, or they'll gift subs. That doesn't usually equate to success. And also another thing is with the ads that you can get, you're capable of showing on your channel when you hit the affiliate status, is that it's not even pennies on the dollar, really. It's, you would have to go through, because my gaming channel, Toon Tone Waffle, is the has an affiliate status, and the ads I get on there, or the money I get on there, is really not worth it. If that's all you want to focus on, it's ads, you're going to be streaming for years before you even get $50, maybe 100. So don't even think about ads. That's like a byproduct. That's something that's, if you don't have 25 CCVs, you shouldn't even worry about it. So yeah, that's one of the things that a lot of people are focusing more on, especially when they start their journey of creating content, where either live streaming games or stuff like that, because they get sucked in, because they hear they see all the YouTube videos like, oh, how to make money on Twitch. All you gotta do is these few simple things and you'd be rolling in the dough. It's like, no, it's not going to happen. For those people that, the thing is, the most successful people are the ones that have 10 concurrent viewers. And that's a small minority of people that are streaming onto Twitch. Majority of the people have 9 people watching or less. Most of them are 1 to 3 viewers. So it's kind of like, don't think about the money. Just worry about creating your content, creating your live stream experience for your viewers or potential viewers that will be coming in. Work at trying to make what you do the best that you can do. And that's just one of the things I have to say to people, that I'm not an expert on this. I never will be, because we're always learning. And if someone says, oh, they're an expert or a professional live streamer and they know everything, they're lying, because they don't know everything. Things constantly change in different ways that you can look at, different options that you have, especially on Twitch. Now, another option that is possible is usually through like Patreon or Ko-fi. These are a little bit more difficult, especially if you're just focusing on Twitch, because like I said, the cultural mindset of people or your viewers on Twitch, they don't want to click off site. They don't want to go click on a link to take them to a donation or a tipping page or anything like that. They want everything within house, the first party syndrome. That can be a good thing and also can be a bad thing, because with Twitch, if for subs, they take 50% of your sub. So someone pays for a tier 1, that's $5. Well, you're entitled to $2.50, but that's before taxes and fees and stuff like that. So in the end, you're only getting $2.40 something, $2.43 at most, because Twitch takes your 50% cut, then taxes and fees are taken out of your cut, and then you get whatever pitiful amount remaining. So with Ko-fi and Patreon, you get a better sub split, especially if you're thinking about just for subs. If you tell people to sub to my Patreon, for extra content and stuff like that. You just say you have to make it um, tantalizing to your viewers to go to these other places to click on that sub button. You're giving them something in return, not just because you're streaming on a service, but you're also giving them a option to say, hey, support me with better support me on Ko-fi or Patreon instead of let Twitch take 50% of your money. And you're giving Twitch 50% of the money that you would have given to the streamer. So that's the main thing, is looking at your different options, how your community or your viewers, especially on Twitch, how they're going to react. Because like I said, they're not really going to go off-site to a third party. Many of them will, especially if you start growing community after years of doing your live streaming or content creation. They will support you off-site, which is a great thing. That's the best supporter that you can ever ask for. And you want to hold on to them and start thinking of ways to say, hey, thank you for a sub on Ko-fi or Patreon. I'm going to give you for your tier 2, you get a t-shirt for free. We'll mail you every 6 months. You just got to think of different ideas. One thing I've thought of different ideas is if you sub to a streamer and at tier 1 on Ko-fi, you get a handwritten postcard that will mail out to you. Now, of course, you got a couple things that some people might not be comfortable giving their streamer their personal information, especially like their home address. So you just got to figure out what kind of perks that you want to give them to, tantalize them to come over to Ko-fi, to come off site, to find a better way to get more money from your supporters that don't go directly to the service like Twitch or anything like that. You can also do subs and stuff through, like if you stream to Trovo, same thing. It's the 50-50 split there as well. I know Glimish, if you want to stream to Glimish, there is a 70-30, and it's a little bit better cut, and you get your time, you get your money faster instead of every, I think it's 30 days on Twitch. Trovo, I believe it is the same, or might be 15. Could be at 15. So that's just the things that you have to think about, and how you want to run your kind of campaigning to get donations and subs and tips and stuff like that, is look at alternative methods. Like I said, Ko-fi, or Patreon. Now, there's other ways as well. There's Streamloots. Streamloots is a very good service that offers a streamer a very high percentage of their sub split. I think it's 80%. Everyone gets 80%. I think 90% if you're affiliate or partnered with Streamloots. But the nice thing is that if people sub to you on Streamloots, they give the option of doing like these fun little gifts that come up on screen. They can do, now they have custom emotes that you can offer for your Streamloots subs to use within your chat. So they offer a lot of different things. Also, that is just saying one part of the thing. They also do like the cards where they can, harass the streamer by doing the very loud scream to scare the crap out of the streamer. But with the Streamloots cards, that is another option that you can use to incorporate within your streaming career and your community. And I know a lot of people look at Streamloots, not really, they don't see the best ways that they could do it. They think, I think what the problem is with Streamloots is that not that many people understand the system. They don't really get it as what is possible. And of course, the streamers don't see it as well, what the possibilities that is possible for them. They just see, oh, I can get the scare card and just get this, where my character dies. I'm forced to do all this stuff. That is actually very possible and a good thing for your community. You can do Streamloots days. You don't have to do them every day you stream. You don't have to say, I stream for 3 to 5 days a week and stream loot cards. This stuff is stressing me out. Do like one day a week where it's like stream loot's community day, and you can have where people can purchase packs and play the different cards and stuff like that. You don't have to do the card things every single time. Take a break. It's possible that you can get burnt out from the cards, and people have. It's just you have to figure out a way to entice your community to use the Streamloots cards. Now, like I said, Streamloots has added the custom emotes that you can put in that your subs can use. And that's a great thing because, yes, it is a offsite platform, but it's also cross-platform as well. You can have the cards come up and you can be streaming on Twitch or on Trovo or YouTube or Glimish or YouNow. Anywhere else you can have that come up because it is not tied into one platform. Now, I deal with a lot of alternative platforms that are up and coming and stuff like that. It'd be great to have all these different things tied into all these different platforms. It's just not going to happen because new things are coming up. We got SharePlay. It's supposed to be coming by the time this comes out to your podcast players. It should have like an announcement that it'd be coming out soon. TM. So that's one option. Glimish is another option that people can use to stream to. You got Trovo, YouNow. I know I'm probably missing a couple others, but the services and platforms that are out there that don't have capabilities to be tied into these different services, because in the services' minds, they're not as popular as, say, Twitch or YouTube or in Facebook gaming. Well, I'll say Facebook gaming, even though not many people, look at it as a viable platform nowadays, but it's still there for now. It's the fact that all these new services are coming up and they haven't really proven themselves yet. Now, Streamloots is very willing to work with up and coming platforms. They were one of the ones that started with Glimish when they first came out, or a little bit after they first arrived on the scene. It's something that was great to see, that you can tie your Glimish account into your Streamloots account and have a bonding between the two, which is great to see because we didn't see that between Streamloots and Trovo when they came out. It's still not there. I don't know if they're ever going to work on getting an integration between the two, but it's something that we'll see. Another thing is that with all these different monetization options that are available to you, which one is the better fit? That is something that you really have to think about for yourself and for your potential or growing community. Is you have to think of from the onset that you're going to have to focus on, you're going to be streaming on, let's say, Trovo, and you want people to not use the Trovo subscription, but direct them to your Streamloots. So you give them these options of, you have custom emotes, you have these cool little gifts that pop up on screen with whatever, and you give them that enticement to subscribe to you via Streamloots. You do that from the beginning. You kind of train your audience to say, this is how you subscribe to me. If you subscribe to me on Trovo, that's awesome. Thank you. But I prefer if you use this method because I get a better sub split. You're giving, with you giving your money to me, I get a better cut, and you also get more options than you would on whatever service or platform that you're streaming on, especially Trovo or Twitch. And you just have to kind of think of that way from the onset. It's like, okay, I'm going to focus on Streamloots. I know I'm not going to get any subs or anything that way for the next 6 to 9 months because it's going to take a long time. You got to think long term. You can't think, oh, I haven't had Streamloots sub and I just started like a week ago. What's going on? I suck. And just cancel and just go do something else. You can't think of that. It's a long game. It's a marathon. I know you probably heard this from many other people. Doing content creation and live streaming is a marathon. It's not a sprint. You have to work on doing something and focusing on that for at least 6 months at the bare minimum. A year is preferable because you're working on getting people in that zeitgeist. Oh, we want to sub to you. How do we do that? Well, this is the way. You all become Mandalorians. But it's just something that you have to think about is that how do I not, I don't want to say force, but convince my community to go to Streamloots or Ko-fi or Patreon because I want to offer them more than I'm able to on, say, Twitch or Trovo. Yes, you get a sub button. You get emotes, but you get emotes and I get a better split. Or you can direct your audience to say, hey, if you want free emotes, especially for Twitch, is like, I'm going to direct you to better BTTV or was it FT or 7, one of those that has is an extension that you can download into your browser that is possible with more emotes that you would have got from Twitch as a subscriber or as an affiliate. Because an affiliate, you only get 5 emotes at a time, and you have to earn points, sub points, where you get more people to sub to you. If you get 15, you get another emote slot. It's like, okay, well, I get more emote slots by using BTTV or Streamloots. I can go and direct my people to there. So it's something that you have to think about to incentivize your community from the onset of saying, if you want to support me, this the best way you can support me is by going through this process. And I thank you so much for doing that. You get some cool options. And that's just one of the things that a lot of streamers and up and coming streamers and content creators really don't think about, that, hey, I can do this and eventually I can start making money. Like I said, it's a marathon. You're not going to be able to quit your full-time job or your part-time job and live sustainably on live streaming, especially nowadays. It's not going to happen. You're going to be working at this for years before you get to that level. Yeah, there's sometimes some people get very, very lucky and all of a sudden they get great fame and fortune in a quick rate. But that is on a rare occasion. That's like 0.0001% of the time that happens to people. You got to think about what's best for you, how it's going to affect your potential viewers, your potential community. And if you have a community working on, let's say, TikTok, that's another option that you can use. Bring them to wherever you want to stream to. If you want to stream on Trovo, that's perfect. Just put your Trovo link in there and say, hey, if you want to see my live content, go here. The thing is, with, like, I want to say also with TikTok, you're not going to get much money from that. Yeah, you might be getting hundreds of thousands of views or even millions of views, but you see all the time these influencers, I'm using air quotes, or successful, another air quote, streamers using TikTok, is that they're getting nothing. They're really not making much money. Millions of views probably get you $80 in a month. That's nothing. And you can't use all the $80 because you have to pay the taxes on that. So you're down to what, 50 something dollars, $58, because tax is what, 30%. Well, depending on where you live in the world, it's all dependent. But just keeping things simple, it's 30%. So it's like $58 or something like that. So yeah, you might get $80, but your take-home pay is $58. $58 is what's going to give you pay your Netflix bill and maybe your Spotify. And that's pretty much it. You're pretty much got less than $10 remaining out of those two. So you got to think about how you're going to work on your content creation journey. How are you going to find ways to offer your viewers or community members ways to support you? What is easier for them to do so? And which platform or service that you're going to find that is a little bit easier to augment that particular monetary income. Yes, Kaylee. And that's the cat saying it's almost time for the end of the show. But I want to also say, if you have any comments or if I've missed anything, let me know in the comments down below. If you're watching the live replay of this on YouTube or you're watching the edited release on YouTube. Also, you can find our community is in the links just down below. We're part of the Indie Creator Hub. It's the Cliched Crow. Yes, we're part of the Indie Creator Hub. It's the main place for all kind of independent creators and live streamers. Now, if you also want to support me, you can also do so by dropping a follow or a subscription on one of these lovely places that you might hear our podcast on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. I gotta change this. Google Podcasts is no more. Amazon Music, Stitcher, and Pocket Cast as the other one. I gotta think there for a second. So if you want to do that, also be sure to share these episodes with your friends and family or people that you know that might be interested in topics that we talk about. Again, I want to say thank you for coming out, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Cliched Crow. Have a good night. Now, that is the end of the recording of the episode. So usually what we do is, if there's any questions or comments or anything like that, is I'll bring them up if I have them here. Or if you have any questions or comments or anything that you want to talk about, I'll try my best to answer before we close out the session. I got WD-40 in my chair. It's squeaky. It's Kaylee. Okay. I'll be back 1 second. Cat wants to get out of the room. Yeah, I know. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Yeah, so there's a lot of different ways that... my voice cracked. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways that you can potentially earn money from your subscribers or your viewers or whatever. Supporters, I should say. It all depends on how you want to go about it. Like I said, it's a very... I don't want to say it's a very sensitive subject for a lot of people because they feel so trapped, especially if they're streaming on Twitch. It says, I can't gain an audience anywhere else. I have to go to Twitch, and Twitch takes half my money. Well, you're not really trying. You have to, work at it for at least 6 months to, see what works and what doesn't. Is it because, the content that you're producing sucks and no one wants to watch? Is it because the style or what gameplay or what you're talking about is not informative, or what? Is it something that you have to think about when you're talking about things like this? And it could be all different things. It could be a combination of A, B, and C. Maybe a little bit of D. Because I know when I started, I've kind of, through my many years of doing this, of streaming and stuff like that, I did kind of screw myself up many times where I was hopping between different platforms and trying to find my niche and just doing whatever I can to do whatever I wanted. Or to not really settle down, so to speak, but more like to say, I'm going to find my home here on Twitch. Oh, look, Mixer or Beam is up. Let's go over there. Let's try that for a little bit. It doesn't really work that way because you're constantly getting a new audience. Hey, Fox, what's up? How's it going? So it's kind of like you're jumping to a new house, new address. No one knows you in that neighborhood. And you sit there for 2 months and say, oh, I want to go to this new house in a new neighborhood. And you go there and you're starting over yet again. Or in my case, where you got broken up over a tweet with Mixer, the wound is still raw. It's just one of those things where it's like, you can't really have your eggs all in one basket. Oh, you're trying to get a taste of what is out on the Fediverse. Well, welcome to the Owncast side of things. It's actually, Owncast is really cool. It's an open source, free, of course, live streaming, not platform, but it's a service that many people are taking advantage of. And not that many people are taking advantage of because they don't want to really put in the effort, because yes, you do have to create your own server, get the software, do the upkeep, maintenance and stuff like that. But it's just one of the things that it's a part of your business. If you want to take it as like your business and what you want to do, it's like keeping your car maintained as you deliver pizza. If you get a flat tire, you got to buy a new one. Costs money. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff out here. With PeerTube, I don't really know too much about that. I do know that with PeerTube, it's an alternative to YouTube. Is that you can set up your own server to post your own videos to, that you can get out there to the Fediverse. Think of it as like all these different servers, but they're all connected into each other, kind of sharing information back and forth. Think of it like email. Just because you have a Gmail account means that does not mean that you can't talk to someone on a Hotmail. You can. It's like you can send email to a Hotmail account or a Yahoo account. It's all freely out there, that all these different platforms and services are connected in one way, shape, or form through ActivityPub, which is part of the Fediverse. I'll look at understand how storage works and how user auth works. Right, I can come here and just chat with. Yeah, exactly. Welcome. With PeerTube, it is depends on the server that you get. Like say with like DigitalOcean or Linode, it depends on how much you want to pay. You can have a server. It can vary in cost from like $5, but you're not going to be able to do much with it. You'll have to compress your videos down, especially on the PeerTube side of things. I usually suggest for people who are getting started, you have DigitalOcean host. Is it pricey due to, for this, actually, it is, I'm on, what am I on? Like, I pay like $22 a month. And for my use case scenario, I was having, when I first started with Owncast, I was having some issues trying to get a reliable and high quality stream out to people without using too much CPU, especially with Owncast. It uses a lot of CPU. So that's what you got to think about with Owncast. So I have it where I'm sending my encoder feed direct. I'm not doing any encoding on my server. It is metered. It is, let me pull it up for you. 1 second. I should have. Oh, I need 2 off. Yeah, like I said, it all depends on what you want to do. With Owncast and the server that you get, you want a beefy CPU. Or if you want to stream at a lower, like a 720, 30 frames per second. Oh, hey, that's what we're here for, you know, to help as what best we can to help people that are looking for information. Instead of saying, oh, let's just Google it yourself. Here's a link. Figure it out. No, because that's the part that's so great about the Fediverse and anything like that. No, not that one. Authy. Is that we're all in this together. There is no wrong way to do it. There's no right way to do it. It's how you want to do it. Grew up on the RTFM. Eight. Yeah, and they offer there's so many different droplets because you can do the one-click install for Owncast, which makes things a lot easier because you don't have to go through all the terminal and having to set it up unless you want to. That's your jam. Go right ahead. Yeah, competent competitor. YouTube is a close alternative to Twitch. You terminal all the way. There you go. Like I said, YouTube is close. It offers a lot of great benefits. Like you get a better player for your streams. You get transcoding for everybody. You don't have to be a partner. Functions so differently that it isn't. It's something that let me guess, you are grew up with Twitch, right? You understand Twitch, the culture, zeitgeist, and how it runs, right? Toss all that out of the window because YouTube is a completely different game on how live streaming on that platform is. There's not the kingmaker system where you have to be the best to be at the top with the most viewers. You have to have a good title, good thumbnail, good content. Yeah, that I know they're working on. And I really haven't seen much of that anymore. Oh, you're from Justin TV. Oh, okay. You're old school. Yes, I have... Yeah, so I'm paying like 0.031 cents an hour for my server cost, which is roughly like $21 a month. For my, now I know I can probably drop it down more, but I'm perfectly fine with the quality I'm sending because I'm using my streaming PC as the encoder and not my server. So that's why I can get a 1080p stream. In September, Twitch implemented a broken upgrade to their signups and processing, make it using bots. It's flawed because it accidentally blocks normal users. Oh, you're one. Okay. Yeah, Twitch is. I've countered this one issue because when I was setting up, I never really used their schedule feature. I'm like, why the hell not? Let me just go ahead and put it in there. But with my any Creator Hub Twitch account, because it's not affiliate, I don't get access to a specific date option when creating a schedule. All I am allowed to do is a reoccurring. On my two-tone waffle one, which is an affiliate on Twitch, I have that option. So they paywalled essentially the option of using a specific scheduled date and a schedule, which is that they want more people to use a scheduler because they've been promoting that along with their guest star feature that they've worked so hard for. But they don't give the option for everybody to use everything. Yeah, I just found that out today. I didn't know if it was a thing. Because I'm thinking to myself, why am I have to go in every week and change out the title? Like, no, I shouldn't have to do that. I should go to a schedule. I want to schedule a stream on this date, titled this. I'm playing this, or I'm doing this. Submit. Nope. If you're not monetized, you don't get that option. So I was like, wow, these basic features that you're hiding behind a paywall system, when the great majority of your foundation are people that are non-affiliates. There are so many more non-affiliates compared to affiliates and partners. Oh yeah, Hitbox will grow and stay healthy, but instead they folded. Forget about Mixer, yeah. Yeah, Mixer, I love Mixer. And Beam before it became Mixer. There was so much great potential there. It was just wasted. It was just so much mismanagement. It was kind of sad to see. And now I know there is, I played around with it once. There's You Now. It's okay. It didn't come across as my first experience with it because you get inundated with all these people coming in talking. It's like, oh, this is great. They're asking the same question. What's your favorite food? What's your favorite movie? Like, oh, all these things are bots just to, get you in the mindset. Oh, you're actually getting people to come in. It's like, no, don't hit me with bots first. I want actually people to talk to. When you got like 8 people asking you the same question over and over a 2 hour period. Ugh. Yeah, it's a thing is that you, with Owncast, you own the entire journey from front to back of your live stream. You don't have to worry about is this going to be part of the algorithm? Your success is how much you want to put yourself out there. It's how you grow, I should say. I mean, you can still do the TikTok, you can do the YouTube Shorts or Twitter. No, don't do Twitter. You can do your Mastodon posts and stuff like get your name out. The other way is to bring people from out there to your own cast. Actually, yes, let me show you. Let me make sure I'm not doxing myself. We should be good. All right, here we go. I have... No, I don't. Because I don't have it set up here. 1 second. Let me show you my screen here. Camera B. There we go. So PeerTube, you can run an instance with multiple channels, organize videos. Yeah. With Owncast, it's one stream, so you can't really do like a network per se. I mean, you can set up multiple Owncast servers. It's not Twitch, it's Owncast. And they're actually, the people who are working on this, they're working on a complete redo of the front end and the back end of this. So right now, since I have running a stream, I know what you meant. So I'm running at 4000 kbps, 30 frames at 1080, and I'm running everything off of Ecamm Live because my streaming PC is a Mac Mini, the M1 Mac. And this is my hardware info for this right now, because like I said, I'm not using the server for the encoding. I'm using my streaming PC as the encoder, and it's streaming out the raw feed to my server. So I save on CPU costs because I was doing it how normally you would do it, because this is not really the recommended way, because you have to have a good stable internet connection and a good stable computer to do this. Before, I was trying to do a 1080p stream like I am now, but I was running at like 80 to 90%, even 100% CPU usage. You would think, but the problem is that how the servers are set up, your encoding is on the server side. Yeah, you're not gonna get my stream key. Well, that's what I have now. So if I wanted to change it, because this is same as source, so that's my video bit rate, which is what I'm sending out. So I'm sending it out as, yeah, I can't change it. So you can change it to be, depending on your server setup, is either more CPU or GPU optimization. And I was running into a problem where I was doing I was pegging the CPU and I was getting frame drops, and it wasn't a great viewer experience. So that's why I have it set up to have everything locally. But like I said, they're working on this to make it more what's the term? More better. Yeah. But everything is very, very good. Like right now, I have at most a 10-second latency, which, yeah, it's not great, but you know, it's something that you can live with. 10 seconds. It's a lot better than, 30 to 40 seconds. I mean, it's just, in my mind, I have more control over my own stream. I don't have to worry about, making sure I'm part of the algorithm or I'm hitting my buttons on certain ways. Yeah, 3 to 5 would be better. But then we're talking like if you're working on large infrastructure with a long pipe of internet and capability of servers and expensive stuff. So it's good for us, us little people, us little guys, We're not the Twitch and YouTubes of the world. We don't have access to that infrastructure. And if you do, you're pretty wealthy and you're paying for the Uber amount of DigitalOcean or Linode or whatever. But yeah, it ties in. So you're talking about with your Mastodon or log in with the Fediverse. You're going to have it where follow requests will require approval and only followers will see your activity. You can turn your stream to private if you wanted to. Hell, you can also embed this on a website that you can control a membership to. Oh, no worries. Yeah, because what you, I don't know, yeah, because you did. Yeah, there's a lot of people. There's this guy actually, I don't know if he's streaming right now. He's been doing this Owncast thing. He does a lot of he's a musician, so he does a lot of music streams and he talks about different things. And he's a really cool guy. He's solely, I believe, with just Owncast, and he does one stream a week every Tuesday night. He plays piano, he sings and plays guitar. And it's really cool. There's also another guy. He's mostly during the day, depending on which time zone. I'm Eastern, so he's usually like early afternoon for me. He's German. I think he's in Germany. He plays indie games on Linux. Like totally, he's always on Linux, playing games that are available to be played on Linux. And a lot of the games are like indie games. He does 2 streams in English, 2 days a week, and another 2 days a week is all in German, or majority of German. Yeah, there's a lot of cool people that are out here. I know with the directory, it's kind of a hit and miss. A lot of it is like, you know, the just music, you know, the radio stations, the 24-hour movies, and stuff like that. Hatnitz Plays. Let me copy that link. Oh, it's all right. There's some people that also speak English in there too, but yeah. This is the guy, the German guy that does the indie games on Linux. Yeah, Hatnix. Where's what's his name? Kyle. Where's his link? It's like Kyle plays. Kyle sings. Oops. They want to open it. Yeah, Kyle sings. He's a really cool guy. You know, if you just want to chill out, listen to him create music and stuff like that, it's pretty cool. And the nice thing is that I like about Owncast that I didn't realize until I did my first stream is that they auto promote you through their Mastodon account. So, like, if you follow my Mastodon account, I get an auto prompt from Owncast in my notifications that Josh B has started streaming on their Owncast server. Check them out at Indie Basement Live. That's really cool that they do that. And then you can also, you know, post out your own going live notifications as well. So it's pretty cool how everything is all very tied together. Now with PeerTube, starting about anti-social media. So yeah, you'd be surprised. There is a lot of great conversations. Since you never really use like Facebook or Twitter, so you never got sucked into like that Twitter hand holding you what you should be interested in. Is with Mastodon or anything that's on the activity pub. Yeah, Elon is his great genius moves. But no, with Mastodon is the reason why a lot of people aren't, especially they're coming from Twitter, they're saying, oh, it's confusing, it's hard to do, it's hard to use. What I gotta do is choose an instance. It's like, yeah, it's, you gotta put your work in. You're not getting your hand holded or held by an algorithm. Say, oh, you like K-pop. Well, here's more things you like about K-pop, but here's also these adjacent things that are part of it. We think that you'll like these too, and we think you're gonna love this over here. No, it's just like, yeah, held, yeah. You got to actually follow the hashtags that you're interested in, like conversations. I follow a lot of like content creator. I follow a lot of like Fallout 76. I love playing Fallout 76. So you gotta also figure out, find the accounts that are there that are of interest to you. For instance, concept like PeerTube, not necessarily, because each Owncast stream that you go to, you're going to have to associate your Fediverse, or yeah, your Fediverse name with, because they don't really link up in that way, because each one is its own separate instance. Yes, we can talk, or you can see each other, but it's not really like how Mastodon is, but it's connected to Mastodon and in a way that you can connect your Mastodon account to your account on your Owncast instance. Like for me, I had my two-tone waffle one. I had to associate with my Josh B one because I set it up that way. Because when you go into, let's say, another instance, it's going to come up with like the random name that comes up. And usually a lot of people like myself and a couple others have that little prompt that says, if you want to change your name, click on the top right, click on there, and stuff like that. Kind of, help direct people that are new to this. Like, oh, you don't want to be random user 42? I want to be this guy or this person. But once you do that, you don't have to do that again, because it remembers you every single time you come into that one particular instance. Yeah, because PeerTube is a little bit different than the Owncast. PeerTube is more, like I said, it's an alternative of YouTube. Great starting point for is, how is it? Tilvids. TIL vids. They do a lot of like Linux and independent stuff like that. I've looked into starting my own PeerTube, but at the moment I'm going to have to decline because it's be a little more expensive, and I have my own Mastodon instance, but I use it for my Indie Creator Hub stuff. I don't want to have to deal with having people sign up. Shimino was recently talking about his dislike for the stress on monetization on Twitch, and he's wondering about streaming some other way. He's looking at YouTube, which I know is a bit counterintuitive. Wonder what his options might look like on the Oncast side. On Oncast, you can use whatever. Patreon, you just have a link in your About Me section. If you want to support me, go to my Ko-fi, I should say, or Patreon or Streamloots, stuff like that. It's channel special because it's like a classic TV channel, one station, but okay, but multiple types of content depending on the time. Each person gets his own private stream key and they work out the streaming schedule and what conference. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, they're with Oncast, it's like, yeah, you have to own a server or get that set up and get Oncast running on it, and then just work out the kinks and making sure that it's stable for your viewers. Like I can set up right now, you're watching in 1080p 30. I can set up like a 720 instance, but it'll take more CPU bandwidth. So I decided, 1080. Majority of people have okay internet to handle that, especially on a mobile device. But yeah, with monetization, you can use whatever. Like I said, just have a link in your about section, just below the fold. Or another thing that you might have to look into, there is chat bots. But it depends on how comfortable you are working with server infrastructure, getting it set up. Like I know with you said you love Terminal, so it'd be perfect for you. There's a chat bot you can install in your own or inside along with your Oncast on the same server that you can run off with through Terminal. Oh, and another thing, you don't have to use DigitalOcean. You can run it off your own server, your own hardware. As long as you got the bandwidth and your hardware is capable. I know someone was actually getting their Oncast set up on a Raspberry Pi. So there you go. Oh, you have fiber? I have fiber too. In fact, I gotta remind myself I gotta call to because I'm paying I just switched over to 500 symmetrical from 100 symmetrical. So I'm not getting it at 500, so I gotta make sure they have my account set up correctly. Yeah, as long as the hardware and you have the bandwidth, knock yourself out. You can run on any hardware, and like I said, it's free open source. You just download the software. Yeah, I know a lot of people they'll use like the $5 DigitalOcean, which is like nothing, but use they use AWS, but something that, because what Oncast from my understanding is that it's like the old school way of describing video is like it's a series of multiple pictures stacked on after each other. Is that it's taking the snapshot, putting on the storage, sending it, snapshot send. So if you put it on a storage like AWS, you can offload that part of the process from your server. So this is my understanding. Yeah, I know I'm probably explaining it very poorly, but whatever. And they have something like I'm starting to look into. They have like a emote wall. Overlooks the concept of deltas and keyframes, but that's not important right now. Yeah, that's not important. That's for another day. They have like it's another bot, or not really a bot, but so you can do like emote walls. So if somebody puts in like a whole bunch of emotes in chat, it pops it up all over your screen. It's pretty cool, and it's all integrated with what's a small chat, SMOL .chat. Yeah, I don't have it on here. I haven't gotten that far yet. So yeah, it's all integrated where you can do like chat commands. You can do channel points as well if you wanted different games. And it's actually pretty cool with this chatbot. It's very capable of, but it's all through terminal. So a lot of people are going to be, especially in the Linux community, because I know you guys are very terminal based. The most Linux I got was installing Ubuntu in one of my old laptops, and also playing around with was it Elementary OS? I think Pop OS as well. And even then, excuse me, and even then it was kind of buggy because my laptop at that time, it was old. Yeah, only non-terminal program open. It is niche. Yeah, I was just playing around with it. See, oh, it's a new cool thing. I was like, I'll try it out. See what it looks like. Right. Yeah, but I haven't played with Linux in a couple of years because I was always trying out the different. Yeah, I tried Mint. I played with that as well, but I was dealing with one computer that me and my wife used, so I was playing around with that, and of course something breaks. I'm like I have to wipe the whole thing, or she couldn't figure it out. I was like, all right, fine. Because I had both Windows and Ubuntu be able to select on the boot manager. You're a Gentoo psychopath. I played very briefly with a Susie. Try to remember. Yeah, I think it was Susie because someone was saying, oh, if you wanted to do this or has multiples, whatever I was looking for at the time. Yeah, so I played with that, and for what little experience I had with it, it was pretty cool. It's a great experience. A lot of the stuff, the GUIs are very like Windows, where you want to try to make the transition from Windows to Linux as smooth as possible for, you know, some nooblet like myself to not get confused and say, oh, where the hell is this? How do I do this? How do I do that? But yeah, I have an old computer that is sitting behind me underneath the desk that I'll probably set it up as a Jellyfin server. Maybe get Synology on it. No, I can't. I don't think I can. That's Synology. I don't think you can download. I don't think that's open source. Because that's one if you have to use their NAS. I don't want to spend a couple $100 or like over $1,000 on a NAS right now. Aside from the package manager, you can make any of them like any other one of them, more or less. Yeah, it's whatever flavor that you want to splash on it. I know it's like GNOME, KDE, or yeah. I just got to get another power supply for it because it's an old AMD. It's a what is it? I forget what exactly. It's before the AM4's architecture. Yeah, once you go entirely window manager, you don't go back. Yeah, it's like I said, I like to dabble a little bit into it. I just haven't recently in many years. It's kind of fallen by the wayside, but I like to play around different alternative platforms. That's why I do like Ohmcast. I play with Glimish. I play with Trovo. Yes, I do still stream on Twitch and YouTube. because they're the big platforms. You gotta spread your wings a little bit with the big guys. But yeah, I don't. I try to get with like my YouTube side of things with the Indie Creator Hub stuff. I'm getting all my information or all my videos out on there, and I'm actually getting good traction, I guess, on that. That I can direct more people to these subsets like Owncast or anything like that. Yeah, I am. I am streaming to YouTube, Twitch, and Owncast right now. I'm using only 15 megs. Straight doing the 3 encoding. Yeah. Yeah, the M1 Mac Mini is a little. She's a little power horse. She can't complain. That's why I was like, okay, because I used to do everything off of one machine. I had my gaming and streaming PC as one computer, but there was times where it's like started struggling at a few times, especially if I want to do like a 1080p at 30. And I was like, I can't do this. So I was like, all right, I don't want to build another one because at the time computer part pricing was through the roof. It was just crazy, let alone trying to find a GPU, or another one, I should say. So I was like, let me take a look at the Macintosh side. M1 Mac Minis. Get a decent computer for like $600-700. So I got the base 8 gig one. I'm like, I'm not doing any kind of like video rendering on that. That's why I got my other computer with the 2060 on it. 32 gigs of RAM. So I was like, yeah, it's just gonna be a streaming PC. Running Ecamm on it, and it's perfect. Been doing this since over a year now with streaming on the Mac. Yeah, there was a little maybe a week of trying to figure out. It took me like truthfully a day or two to stop trying to go to the right side to close out Windows, or on the left side, because the controls were on opposite on Windows than they were on Mac. So I was like, okay, that I got easily get past that. It's no biggie. But yeah, it's thing is now, especially with parts pricing are coming down a lot. Still expensive, but it's one of those things where it's like, I don't have the need for it anymore. I mean, I'll update my gaming PC because because I have a Ryzen 7 2700 in it, so I'll probably get a newer generation Ryzen, because I know I'm probably getting some CPU bottlenecking every once in a while. Yeah, it is. It's crazy what we can have now. And what they want to charge for it too. But yeah, like the 4000 series is nice, but you know what? NVIDIA, I'll wait till you release the 5000 series. So 4000 series start coming down. Oh yeah, we have. It's crazy to think that I have. Just to think about it. Think of how much technology has gone. In a 60-year time frame, we went from Orville and Wilbur Wright making their first flight to landing on the moon. That was only like, what, 60 something, 70 years difference. That, if you think about it, that's crazy. You might have a little more RAM in, but throw a little more RAM in, but otherwise holding strong. Oh, with your boxes around 8 years old. Yeah. I know, it's RAM. I don't know how people can say, oh, 16 gigs is fine. Yeah, whatever. When even like the Chrome are putting in new processes that if unused tabs, they automatically are not using RAM, because Chrome is a gluttonous for resources of everything, seems like. But yeah, I only use Firefox too. On a rare occasion, I have to use Edge or Chrome. Just on the rare occasions. Especially if I was when I was testing out Twitch's guest star thing, because you can only use a Chrome-based browser. So Edge, Chrome, and what's the other one? Whatever. There's no occasion where Edge is necessary. Well, occasionally there is. I know it's with my work. A lot of stuff is Edge only. Yeah, because they're all Chromium based, so it's essentially the same thing. And I left too because when I was working through an issue, I was at work, and it's like, oh, you have to use Edge, or no, it's like, you have to use Chrome. I'm like, why do I have to use Chrome when Edge is just a reskin of Chrome? Why? Because the developer probably put in where it requires only Edge. I'm like, but that's a whole nother story, that with millions of dollars wasted on crap software. But I'm actually going to go ahead and start wrapping it up tonight. Thanks for coming out, everybody. So hearing about minor differences in Edge, typical Microsoft. Yeah, it's a thing. It's just different things here and there. But tomorrow I will be streaming my live recording of the Indie Creator Hub. We're talking about Gilded, and that'll be tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern. So be sure to make note of that. I'm talking a little bit about Gilded, which is an alternative to Discord. It's a great little software, which I wish more people would give it a chance, because you can't beat it. But be sure to tune in tomorrow. Oh yeah, take a look at Gilded if you want. That's our community. I've been trying to get started. It's the mindset of people are focused more on Discord than Gilded. So give Gilded a look. We're going to talk a little bit more about Gilded tomorrow, and I'll talk to you all mañana. I probably said that wrong. I probably insulted somebody's mother, but whatever. Have a good night, and I'll see you later.